Threads in Java used to be expensive. You create too many and your app crashes. In Java 21, you can now run 1 million threads at the same time without crashing your server. Sounds crazy, right? That's exactly what virtual threads in Java make possible. In the next few minutes, I'll show you what they are, how they work, and why they change everything. So let's jump right in. So let's see how the threads work in Java. So imagine this box as your operating system. So I will label it down here as the operating system. Okay, and inside the operating system, we are going to create a bunch of platform threads. So whenever you create a thread in Java, either by extending the thread class or through an executor service, what we get here is a platform thread, these red ones. So let's say we have two platform threads, and each of these platform thread is tied directly with the real operating system thread. So you can say there is a one-to-one mapping between the platform thread and the operating system thread. Okay, so now we have two threads, and the next thing is to give some task to one of these threads. So let's assume that there is a file, and I will label it down here as a file. And the job of one of these threads, let's say this thread, is to read the file. So you can think of this as a simple text file or maybe a CSV file. Okay, so it's a big file. The thread will take some time to read the contents of the file. Okay, so let's say it will take around 1 minute, just for the sake of this example. So while the thread is reading the file, the thread sits there and it is currently blocked. So we cannot use this thread for any other purpose to make a database call or to make an HTTP request. So while this thread is working on reading the file, it will stay there idle. It will consume the resources. And by the way, the thread consumes 1 megabyte of memory for its stack. Okay, now imagine we have thousands of these threads. So we have a lot of threads, a lot of platform threads in the operating system, and each of these threads is busy doing some work. So while they're executing their task, the threads are blocked, they're all waiting, and they're consuming memory, and this slows down the server. And this is the problem with the Java threads, and that is exactly the problem that the virtual threads solve. Java 21 gives us a better way for virtual threads. Let's draw them in green. So I will remove a bunch of these platform threads and we'll draw the virtual threads in green color. So let's say we have these 3 virtual threads. These are super lightweight. You can create thousands, even millions of them. And the best part is these are managed by the JVM, not the operating system. Okay, so let us give these threads some work too. Let's say it makes a database call. So I'll create, you can imagine this as the database, right? And this thread is making a database call and it is waiting for the response. The moment it starts waiting, the virtual thread steps aside. So while it is waiting for the response, it steps aside, it lets go of the operating system thread. Now the OS thread is free to run another virtual thread. Nobody is stuck there waiting. And when the response comes back, the virtual thread is simply put back on the operating system thread and it picks up right where it left off and returns the result. So when this thread goes into the waiting state, it can take up another task. Let's say it can read a file while the database work is in progress. It can read a file. And as soon as it's done with the file, then it can go back and it can receive database result that is now ready. So that is the big picture. A blocked platform thread wastes a whole operating system thread, but a virtual thread, when it is waiting, it will free the operating system thread for someone else for some other task. That is how Java is able to handle millions of requests at one time. Okay, so enough theory. Let us jump over to IntelliJ IDEA and we will create a small program that will show the real power of a virtual threads. Okay, so we are inside of the IntelliJ IDEA, and what we are going to do is we are going to create 100,000 tasks. And each of these tasks will take around 1 second. And we can think of this like a database call or a network request. So let's create the main function. And I'm going to define one variable, so which we will be using later on. Okay, so now we are going to create the thread pool, and instead of a normal thread pool, we are going to create a virtual thread pool. So we are going to try, and we're going to, let's say, call it executor. Executor is equal to executors dot so new virtual thread per task executor. So this is the key line. Instead of a normal thread pool, we used the new virtual thread per task executor. And this gives every single task in its own virtual thread. So it's not a pool. It is a fresh virtual thread for each task, which is managed by the JVM. Okay, so now we are going to define the task for this executor. Now we will loop 100,000 times and submit the task to the executor. So what we are going to do is create a loop. And we are going to say executor.submit. And we are going to submit the task. And inside this task, what we're going to do is we're going to write thread.sleep for a 1000 millisecond. So the sleep is our fake blocking call, and it is a task waiting for something like a database call or maybe a network request. So we are going to maybe let's surround this with try catch, and we are going to return nothing. So we'll just say return null. Okay, so now we have the task defined for our new virtual thread for a task executor. So what this will do is this will wait for 1 second and then it will return from this function. And now what we are going to do is we are going to print the time that it takes to execute all of these 100 and time taken is whatever the current time minus the start time that we mentioned in the start. So this will give us the time that it took to complete all these 100,000 tasks. So we are going to run the program and let's see how it goes. So you can see it's still running and done. So it took around 5 seconds or 5.8 seconds to be exact. Okay, let's do the exact same thing the old way with the platform thread. So here we create a thread pool with 100 threads. So I'm going to replace this and we are going to create a new fixed thread pool with 100 threads. So that means only 100 tasks can run at the same time. Everyone else has to wait in the queue. So let's do the quick math. We have 100,000 tasks, but only 100 of these threads. So that means they run batches 100 at a time. So that's 100,000. So that's 100,000 divided by 100, which is 1,000 batches. So we get a batch of 1,000. And each batch takes 1 second because of that sleep. So 1,000 batches, 1 second each, that's 1,000 seconds. Then 1,000 seconds is approximately equal to 16 minutes. Okay, so here's the takeaway. 16 minutes with platform threads, 1 second with the virtual thread, same task, same 1 second wait. The only thing that changed is how the threads handle waiting. That's the key difference between the virtual threads and the fixed threads, which is the platform threads.